Get out of here! All right, kids. From a squad right here. What?
Well, I've been competing for about 4.5, 5 years. This is by far the biggest competition I've done. I actually could not do Bosses 2 last year. I had to pull out due to an injury. So, I'm really excited to compete this year. Mindset going into a meet, just like any other lifter, I set goals at the beginning of a training cycle and progressively work towards those. I'm competing against 2 or 3 of the best 220s in the world tomorrow, so honestly, it's not more so about my own individual goals, but more so to compete and do what it takes to win. Tomorrow I'll be competing against Dan Green, Kevin Oak, and Yuri Belkin, all really strong 220s.
Get up, man! Get up! Good
Honestly, I would love to PR on each lift. That would give me a good, solid PR total. I know that I'll have to probably squat a little bit more or deadlift a little bit more to be able to keep up with those guys. But I'll save that for third attempts, definitely. I haven't had any severe injuries. Last year I did hurt my back. Like I said, I had to pull out of the meet. Most of the time I'm just dealing with small nagging pains, elbow pain, shoulders, lower back. And I can, work through those. Those are pretty simple. It just takes a little bit more warming up, a little bit more focus on nutrition and recovery. But just working through injuries is just a part of it. That's kind of, what powerlifting is about. And if you can't work through it, then it's not the sport for you.
26. Go, your way. 30 seconds.
What the hell just happened? Just took the squat like I normally do, and it just happened so fast. Next thing I know, I was laying on the ground, and then everybody's rushing to me, and that's when I was kind of like worried. I was like, what just happened? I thought it was just my ankle, and then everyone's grabbing my knee and stuff, and immediately that's what I think is like the Brandon situation, and I'm like, did the weight just land on my head? And I feel the back of my head and it's bruised, and people are coming up saying don't touch his knee, so I'm like, oh God, I just tore everything. And then actually Brandon came up to me afterward. He's like, look at me, and I just recognized the voice immediately. And that kind of made me feel better. I just kind of looked back, and he said, you'll lift again. My first priority was get out of everyone's way. I don't want to hold up the meet. And then, go outside, and the pain kind of started going down, and I was like, they were like, go to the hospital, and I was like, well, I'm gonna get to the hospital and want a bench. So I was like, I'm not gonna go to the hospital. If it gets worse, I'll go, but my main priority was just stay in the meet.
I was in the back helping Dan, and then we just heard the bar fall, and like, oh, okay, someone missed the lift, and then no one really left. It's like no one was leaving to go on the platform, and I kind of poked my head around, and me and Danny Overcash, the PT, both sort of rushed in, and one of the lifters actually EMT, so they had him braced and stabilized, and once the EMT came, it was kind of like, it's like, I'm fine, but there's, I'm fine, I'm actually fine, and then there's, I'm fine, I'm a power lifter and I'm fine, but should be all right. This is probably best case scenario, severely sprained lateral ligaments of the ankle, or even a broken fib is preferential to blown meniscus, ACL, MCL, which I think is what Brandon had, so definitely the lesser evils. Right now it's just get the swelling down, get him on a bench, and I mean, if he can generate a good amount of leg drive from his bench press without too much pain, he'll deadlift.
It's okay to recognize when your body's in pain and, you know, learn when to shut it down. But I just think everyone's pain tolerance is different. And, you know, if you work hard for something, I don't think you should just quit at the first sign of trouble, or, you know, and that's essentially what today was about. It was pretty much the worst sign of trouble that I could have easily walked away from, but I was like, I felt that I could finish. So, like, I feel like if you have it in you, that you even think that you can complete something, just do it, you know, don't hold back just because everyone else wants you to quit for your own, you know, benefit.
That's what I'm talking about, too. True warrior spirit right here. Gonna be opening up with the 402 pound opening. 182 and a half kilos for Tee Cummins. You're on deck, Dan, you're in the hole, and Kevin, you're in the hole.
My focus was just to finish the meet. You know, I came all this way and put in all this work, literally for the last year. So I was just, you know, finish the meet. Essentially fighting for a last place finish, but it's just, you know, didn't want to quit.
brother.
Man, this is not how I thought this day was gonna go. Pretty much talked about not having an injury before the meet yesterday and had an injury this morning, second squat. Probably never gonna talk about, you know, no injuries. I feel like I definitely jinxed myself. I was planning originally to get right back into training. You know, we're hosting a meet in my hometown in November. So I was, you know, gonna start getting ready for that, prepping for that. But now it's just, you know, get healed up and just focus on the long term. You know, watching every other 220 do as well as they did today is pretty motivating. Even though I was injured, that was another reason I wanted to finish, is because all those guys, they were pretty much pushing for a world record on the deadlift attempts. Well, honestly, I mean, it's still like I want to be the best 220, so competing with literally all the best 220s, I didn't want to quit. So, I mean, just if I probably could have easily had just went to the hospital if, you know, Dan, Kevin, and Yuri weren't competing, but it's kind of hard to just walk away, you know, whenever you want to be, you know, considered one of the best. So, just it was kind of not an option. I felt like I could finish, and I was just gonna do it.